Sound check.
1 2 1 2.
Hey guys, my name is Hallie.
And I'm Sabrina.
And today we're going to be talking about how we met. So we've been together for like 4 years now, almost 5. And the question that we get asked the most is, how did we meet? Where did we meet? How did it happen? Because Sabrina's all the way from Miami and I'm from Nottingham in England. So, you know, there's like 4,000 miles distance and everyone wants to know how we met and how the hell we can keep a relationship going. So we're going to talk about it today.
4,366 miles to be exact. Just saying.
Oh yeah. So there's a few variations of this story. So today we're gonna clear the air and give our version of the story. Sometimes it may differ because obviously we're coming from different perspectives, but we'll both give our perspective. And yeah, let's roll.
So this first started is with a girl band, and I know a lot of you are like, Fifth Harmony. Yeah, it was Fifth Harmony. I really like Fifth Harmony, and her friends in Nottingham, England, really like Fifth Harmony, and they found my Twitter, and we just started chatting about Fifth Harmony. Take from it.
So when my friends started talking about Fifth Harmony and this girl all the way from Miami that they'd like become friends with, I was like, oh, like cool bro, like that's great. I wasn't really into Fifth Harmony at the time.
At the time, I changed that.
Anyway, one day, it was in February in 2014, I think, and we were having an early anti-Valentine's Day party. There was only 4 of us there, and we were all chilling. We had like pizza, we were on Tumblr, like, you know, the hipster girls do when you're like a teenager, and basically they were like, oh, Sabrina this, Sabrina that, and then we ended up FaceTiming. And at the time I was like starting to get an interest in girls, but I hadn't ever had a girlfriend, hadn't really spoken to girls in that kind of way before. So I thought, instead of having like a girl here to talk to, then Sabrina being also interested in girls, and she had like openly said that, then we could, you know, kind of start talking. I can kind of see where she was on that wavelength, because I hadn't met anyone else at this point that was also interested in girls.
So her friends were like, do you want to FaceTime? And I was like, okay. So I went downstairs and I was eating cereal, talking to them, and I had a guitar probably somewhere in my living room. So I don't know why, I just started playing guitar, just probably trying to make myself look cool. You know, I saw one of her friends and another one of her friends, and I don't know what was it, but I saw Hallie in the background, like of all her friends, like just there talking to someone else, and I had like an interest in her. I don't know why. Like I do remember this, like thinking, wow, her smile is really pretty, and like her hair is really pretty, and I was like, what's up, girl? I was still kind of shy, but in the side I was like, to her friend that I knew, I was like, so who was that girl and how can I talk to her?
So we started talking on Kik, and it was like pretty much like every day, like on and off, how are you? How are things going, you know? How was school today? Just like the casual chit chat. But then Sabrina wanted to FaceTime, and I said I couldn't FaceTime because I didn't have an iPhone. So she downloaded Skype, which was very sweet in retrospect, so thank you. Because Skype has huge problems. Like the calls always fail, the Wi-Fi is a really, really big problem in comparison to FaceTime or anything else, basically. For the next month, we'd pretty much FaceTime every day, and we became really, really close friends. And it was really sweet. Like I had someone on the opposite side of the world that I could talk to that didn't really know anyone apart from the friends that they'd met before me, so I could offload a lot of stuff that I don't really want to tell anyone, especially like in terms of like attraction to females, you know?
I was like, wow, you're really pretty, and I love your accent, and I love your eyes and your hair. You're really, really pretty, and your accent, wow, your accent. So I asked you, I was like, Hallie, will you date me? And you said,
nope.
She said no to me.
No.
She said no to me. So then I asked again and again and again and again, and be like, will you be my girlfriend, please? Please, will you be my girlfriend? Be my girlfriend. Oh my god.
See, and this is why I kept saying no. I was like, I barely know you. Like, you were really interesting and we got on so well. Then you were 17 and I was 15 because we're 2 years apart. And I was 15. I was still in secondary school.
She was just finished her GCSEs, which is a test, a big test, and I was just on my last year of high school, becoming a senior and going through senior stuff.
So it was quite cool because even though we were 2 years apart, the system between England and Miami, at least, is that you're a senior, so your last year of high school or secondary school when you're 18. But in England, it's 16. So I graduated at the same time as Sabrina, so we were doing all the same things. We still had our big
getting
finals,
into school and
applying for colleges and universities and whatnot.
Yeah, like Hallie and I think a lot of people in England are way more mature and like especially with school and stuff like that than me personally and probably a lot of people I know. So that helped a lot with like the age difference, was that like she was mature and like she, you know, wanted the same things as me because we were in the same level even though she was 2 years younger. She's just a really smart, beautiful woman.
Okay, we're getting off track. Basically, at first I said I didn't want to be with her because we were so far away and I was only 15 and I was only starting to like accept the fact that, oh yeah, I like girls and that's how it is. It was just like a really close friendship, wasn't it? But we clicked so well. And I was like, damn, I found my best friend. And I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, you can have internet best friends, but I didn't kind of accept within myself, like, oh yeah, like, you're gonna be able to tell your parents about this, or like, you're gonna be able to tell your friends about this. And that was quite sad. Like, it's quite a sad thing to deal with, especially because I'd be much more comfortable, I think, if I'd come to terms with me being gay myself rather than just having someone else and being like, I'm interested in them, that means I'm gay. I would have preferred, I think, to accept that myself and then find someone, but you know, you can't plan those things, so we just kind of had to roll with it. So I remember one day speaking to Sabrina on Skype, as we did, and saying, you know, like, this is cool, blah blah blah, we should do this like together, like as we were in a relationship. And she said no because you kept saying no to me and like we're not together. And I was like, what do you mean, you're my girlfriend? And it kind of just like slipped out, but I kind of also knew what I was doing. I was playing it smooth because I didn't want to ask. I wanted to be asked, even though I said no so many times.
I was like, what you say?
So then I said, Sabrina, ask me again, and you said,
will you be my girlfriend?
And I said yes. So we got together on the 3rd of March 2014. So only really a month after we'd first started talking.
Imagine how many times I've asked in that 1 month, because I feel like I asked a lot.
It's ridiculous, really, like how well can you know someone in a month? But we sort of already like knew each other pretty well.
I think we clicked really well, and it didn't feel like a month, it felt like way longer. But finally, when she said yes, I think that gave us the amount of time to actually talk and like get to know each other's backgrounds and families, and where are you from and where are your parents from, and what do you do and what are you doing today. And we talked every day 24/7, as we still do. When we got together, it was a really big thing because I was like, oh my god, I have a girlfriend. And it was kind of like, it was a strange kind of thing because no one knew and no one needed to know because it was so like behind closed doors. Like nobody knew, like my sister didn't know, my mom didn't know, my friends didn't know until like a while in, and like your friends only knew because I knew them first. I was still a bit like, holy hell, like this is happening, and it was only a month ago that I realized like this is who I want to be with. So a month isn't a long time to like get to grips with things. We got together in that March, and I think people started, well, I started telling people, close friends only, in about May, that we were like talking or we were together, and me actually coming out as bi. A few of your like close friends knew you were interested in girls, I think. Yeah, only like 2 of my friends knew. And then when I got with you, I like kept it secret, and then like I always wanted to talk to you, so I was even like in school, like in the cafeteria, like FaceTiming you when people would be like, who's that? And I'm like, it's my friend from England. And they were like, oh cool, and everybody would talk to Hallie. Like my teachers knew Hallie because like when I have nothing to do in class, I'd be FaceTiming, and like I'd have her here and like the phone, and all the people were asking her questions, like all the teachers. I remember that. She was a big part of my senior year, and like then my friends knew more. Other people just knew we were friends, but I mean I bet they could tell. And then later on, my sister found out. You know, she would ask me about it and we'd talk about it. And then I didn't want to hide her. So later on, like my mom would see her, but like us FaceTime. This is my friend from England. My mom would be like, sure. But everyone, hi, Hallie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of started off like that.
I think at first, especially because of our situation, we didn't need to tell people, but like the exposure of people knowing that each other exists was sort of good enough. Yeah. Like my parents knew who Sabrina was way before they knew who she was, like that we were together. But it was still nice for them to know that she was there and like a part of my life, even without like a label or anything.
Yeah. Later on in 2015, we would Hallie sent me a package for my birthday. So that was like in June. She sent me the first package, and it was like records and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, like I could smell her, like I could smell these papers, and these papers are so big because British paper is big. And like her handwriting, and it was so tangible, and like I was like, whoa. And my sister was there recording the whole thing, and that was, my sister knew already. So after that, you know, I was showing my mom, like, look what Hallie sent me. In 2015, around October, November, my mom says, we're going to Israel with, you know, your godmom and your cousins and stuff because blah, blah, blah. And she's like, do you want to go to London after Israel to meet Hallie? And I was like, what? So I asked Hallie, how do you feel about me coming to meet you in London with my family and spending a week there? And what did you think?
Well, at first I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my god. I was kind of freaking out because like this relationship that was all online was in like a month going to become very real. There was 11 people that I was meeting the first time I met the one person I wanted to meet, and I was kind of going crazy. Like I was at the time, how old was I? 17? Yeah, I turned 17 in that May, and it was that December, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get on a journey, which is from Nottingham to London is about 3-4 hours, and then spend a week in London with complete strangers, apart from Sabrina, who I've never met. But I was like, let's do it, because if not, like, we're not gonna know what's gonna happen. So I told my family, I'm gonna meet Sabrina, who was my friend, in London. And they were like, okay. And it was surprisingly chill, and that was nice, because I don't have to deal, well, I panic, I overthink everything, so I thought they were gonna go crazy. Like, you're not meeting this stranger, but because she'd been around for a while,
yeah,
they didn't really mind as much, and they'd seen like her parents over like
hello,
the Skype and FaceTime or whatever.
I should say that when we first got together, we told each other, hey, like, this is crazy, long distance relationship is crazy, let's make a agreement, if we don't meet by 2 years, to cut it, because we can't spend our whole lives waiting for each other, and like we never meet. It's crazy because it seemed so far-fetched at the time. So we're like, okay.
And it was sort of like, even though we really liked each other, it was quite a good get out clause.
Yeah.
Because like we can't be like, oh, we're going to be together for like 4 years just being complacent in each other's company, and like we enjoy each other's company, but to have like a real relationship, you do have to see each other.
Yeah.
So
it's
we
important.
said, yeah.
So we said 2 years and that's it. And during the time we didn't really think about it until my mom said, hey, do you want to meet Hallie in London? And I thought, oh my God, it was a year and 3/4 ish. It was perfect. We met. Oh, how he said.
So then when we actually met, I got on a like 3.5 hour bus ride from Nottingham to Heathrow Airport. Sabrina got on her connecting flight from
Israel to Switzerland, from Switzerland to London.
I had got from the bus station to arrivals, and I met them in the arrivals Terminal 2, I think, something like that.
Terminal 2 and 3. Yeah. And it's funny because I only lived off the Heathrow Wi-Fi for that like agonizing 10 minutes of seeing where Hallie was and worrying about her and her bus, and like me like making all my family calm down, like relax, it's just, you're gonna scare her, because she's been texting me like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, why am I gonna meet all these people, I'm so freaked out.
I was texting her like, please come and meet me alone, because I can't deal with so many people, and her family are from Miami and they're Cuban, and if you know anything about Cubans or people from Miami, you
or
know
Hispanic people,
like
in
any
general.
Latinos,
they're like, hey, what's up? Oh my God. They're like trying to figure out how am I gonna meet her before my family be here, so like she feels better. So I get a text, I'm coming out of the bus station. I'm like, okay, where's the bus station? So I run out. It's like you go from the arrivals outside and you go to the escalators down to where the buses are. So I go down the escalators, and my mom told me, because she could see those escalators from the windows of arrival, she told me at the same time that I was going down the escalators, Hallie was coming up the escalator.
I walked out thinking, oh, she said, oh, I'm here. So I was walking with my suitcase, like sweating, like trying to get there as quickly as I could.
Like, your little plaid
running
shirt.
along like this. And then I got to where she said she was, which was like a kind of across this like big room. Her whole family could see me coming, and I was looking and I was like, I can't see her at all. And I could see her mum, and I could see her mum's friend, which is her godmum, Christina, and a few other people that I was like, oh, like that's that person. And I was walking and my heart dropped because everyone was there but Sabrina. And I was like, oh my God, because this is the worst thing that could happen. Like I was literally saying, meet me alone. She came to meet me alone. She wasn't there, so I met everyone else first. I met her mum first. She was the first person I hugged, her mum. And it wasn't as bad as I thought, because I was, again, overthinking everything and thinking these crazy people. But they're so lovely and so loving, and it's so refreshing to have people actually like want to give you love openly and unconditionally, rather than people having to like earn love or earn respect. So that's something nice that like I've learned, but at the time it was very intimidating, but we got through it. So I hugged her mum, her sister, all these other 10 people, and then Sabrina came along last minute.
So I get a text, I'm already like on the lift where it says buses, I'm down the lift and I get a text, she's here with me, with my mom, and I was like, so I'm here. Get back on the lift, go back up the escalator. I'm like, I need to run. I really want to go see her. I'm running. I'm like, oh my God, stop. I'm going to be sweating. It's too hot. And, you know, she was telling me, oh, I'm so short. And I was there like, you're not that short. Like, you can hear me say it too. And she's like, thank you. And her hair, like, I was just so mesmerized by her hair. She smelled just like how her postcard smelled. And like she was like, her skin was so soft. She was even more beautiful than I saw on the computer and the phone. And I was like, whoa. I remember going down and just like walking together and everybody asking you, so how are you feeling, how was your bus ride? I wanted to touch her so bad, I wanted to feel her. So like I went and like my luggage was right in front of our hands as we were standing next to each other on the tube, and I go like this. And like I felt a spark inside, and you did too, right?
Yeah.
Like just like
we touched my finger like this, like tiny amount like this. Like we didn't even like, it was just brushing, and like, we went crazy. Like I just looked at her like, we were like, what did you do to me and my head and my body? Like right now, like, I don't know what's going on, but I like it. And she like looked at me like kind of saying the same thing, and like sometimes you don't need words, like your
Yeah.
expressions speak 1,000 words, and we were both like, whoa, that's insane. So we like cracked on with our day after that, and it was just like a really nice first affirmation. That like tiny like spark we got from this.
It was like hugging was like for everyone else, like whatever, but that like little thing was just us. Like it was like our secret, like our thing.
Oh, baby.
I just want you guys to know we're in a hotel right now. That's why there's so much.
Yeah, sorry about the noise if there's a lot, which I think there will be, but we gotta crack on. This is our last day together before Sabrina goes back.
Whatever, we spent a week together. We went to Buckingham Palace. We went to see a play. She took me to a curious incident in the dog of the
So I was trying to be all cute and romantic, right? And I was like, Sabrina, you have to see this play. I love this play. I'd seen it maybe a few months before. It was A Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night. It's a really good book, and the play is even better. It's amazing. If you've not seen it, you should. She fell asleep, and I had to wake her. The only reason why she let me wake her is because a puppy came on stage, and then she was happy.
So in between, you know, meeting each other, her meeting my family and getting to know each other and getting to know the city and doing all these amazing things and getting to see Buckingham Palace and the plays and the museums and Shakespeare, the Globe Theater, and also getting to see you and look at you and touch you and kiss you, just a little. It was insane, but something that my godmom told me was like, wow, you guys, you two literally look like you've known each other for years. And I felt that, because it felt like I wasn't meeting someone. It felt like I was just hanging out with someone that I've known for months or a year or more. And she clicked so well with my family and with my cousins and my sister. And I knew from that week that we would be together forever. I don't know if you knew it, but I did. I really did.
I think that was the first like affirmation that, even though we'd been together for a year already, well, almost 2 years, that was the first time it was like, damn, like we're definitely in it for more than we may have assumed at first. And that's like crazy, because we were like, wow, like, you know, it's something that we could only really like dream about happening has just happened, and it felt right. Everything felt right, and we knew that what we were doing, like, we both wanted, and it was really special. And every time we spend time together in person now, I fall more and more in love with her. And even though we've been together for ages now, like, there's still things that I learn, and it's so special because we know so much about each other, but when we find something that we don't know about one another, it's like, wow, like, there's a little gem that no one like knew existed, like something that she used to do as a child with her mum, or like her favorite piece of work that she did at elementary school, or something like that. Like, it means so much because we know pretty much everything that we like could think about. The time we spend together now, as much, at first it was like, it was an adventure. Like, Sabrina came to London, we all met for the first time. Then the next summer, so the summer of 2016, I went over to Miami for like 2 months, and I met all her family over there and all her friends over there, and saw where she worked, and we went everywhere like you could possibly think of. Every day we were busy. It was like a huge holiday, and it was amazing. And then Sabrina came to my hometown in Nottingham and had a look around, and we showed her like what Nottingham had to offer, and it was all like very touristy, and we were just happy to explore each other's cities and like get to know more about like where we grew up. But now it's more about like how we live together as like a couple and the future. And although we're not anywhere near like moving in together, because I still have school, Sabrina's going to university, we still have 2 years at least left to finish our degrees, our bachelor's degrees. We have
like a little taste of it.
Yeah.
Like when I came to Cardiff for a month, and I saw what it was like going grocery shopping and in England or in the United Kingdom, and walking Just walking, not walking anywhere, just walking. And you know how she is and how she likes things and her toiletries, how they are, and like her organization, and me, and she knows how I like my room and where things go, and how we basically sync together, who cooks, who washes dishes. We play rock paper scissors to see who washes dishes. But yeah, there's little things like that makes it special.
So I know that was all a bit jumbled and we had like a few different like things going on. Obviously we both have like different perspectives, but we both love each other very much and are going on 5 years of our relationship. We're really happy, and even though we wish we could live together, you know, we're still a bit far away from that, but we're working towards it. So
the number
that's
one
really
question,
cool.
Who's moving where?
We both know the answer to this question.
It's a secret for now.
We'll let you know. There'll be a different video. So thank you so much for watching. If you managed to get through the whole video, if you have any questions again about how we met or any plans that we have for the future, then comment down below. Maybe we can make a different video about it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't give it a thumbs down. Please. Please. If you like what we're doing and like our personalities, subscribe. It means a lot. It means like we're kind of going in the right direction, which is great. And yeah, if you have any comments, give us a shout below. I've posted our details for our social media below, so if you want to check us out and give us a story.